Hello, my dear friends. Today we are going to explore an excerpt from the novel The God of Small Things by Arundhati Roy. The excerpt shows how ego, power, and patriarchy affect family life. Through the story of Mamaji and Pappachi, the chapter reveals silent suffering, domestic violence, and deep social injustice hidden inside everyday life. Let me first give you a brief introduction about the author. Arundhati Roy is a renowned Indian writer, essayist, and social activist, best known for her novel The God of Small Things. She was born on 24th November 1961 in Shillong, Meghalaya, and grew up in Kerala and Delhi. Roy studied architecture but later turned to writing and public commentary. The God of Small Things, published in 1997, brought her international fame and won the Booker Prize, making her one of the most influential voices in the Indian English literature. Her writing is known for its poetic language, deep emotional intensity, and strong criticism of social injustice, patriarchy, caste discrimination, and political power. Along with fiction, she has written many powerful essays on contemporary political and environmental issues, establishing herself as a bold and uncompromising public intellectual. Now let us deep dive into the story that is Pappachi's Moth. After Pappachi retired from government service and came to live in Ivanam, Mamaji began making pickles and jams for sale, starting with banana jam and mango pickle for a church fair in Kottayam, where her products sold very quickly and brought her many orders. Encouraged by his success, she continued the business and remained busy throughout the year, while Pappachi struggled with the shame of retirement and felt old and useless because his wife was still active and successful. Even though Mamaji was almost blind due to an eye problem, Pappaji refused to help her because he believed pickle making was beneath his status and was jealous of the attention she received. He beat her regularly with brass flower vase, breaking her violin bow one night and throwing it into the river. When their son Chaku returned from Oxford, he was grown up and a strong man. He found Pappaji beating Mamaji and stopped him forcibly, warning him never to do again. After which Pappaji never touched Mamaji but also never spoke to her, using others to communicate, pretending to be neglected and trying to do damage society's opinion of working women. He bought a large blue Plymouth car only for himself as an act of revenge and pride. Pappaji had once been an important insect scientist, entomologist, and his greatest disappointment was that the moth he discovered was not named after him, but was named after another officer years later, which deeply hurt his pride and made him angry for life. He always dressed formally, kept reminders of his past success, and stopped Mamaji's violin lessons when her teacher praised her talent. After Pappaji died of a heart attack, Mamaji cried not because of love, but because she was used to his presence and abuse. And Amu explained to the children that human beings can get used to even pain and violence, showing how deeply suffering had become normal in their lives. The story explores themes of patriarchy, male ego, domestic violence, jealousy, power, and habitual suffering. Mamaji represents Pappachi represents a male dominant mindset in which a husband believes he has complete authority over his wife and uses physical violence to control her. Mamaji's success in business threatens Papaji's pride, and instead of supporting her, he reacts with jealousy and cruelty, showing her fragile male ego can turn into abuse. The text also highlights the suppression of female talent as Mamaji's violin lessons are stopped and her hard work in the pickle factory is disrespected. Another important theme is failure and bitterness symbolizing by Papaji's moth, which was not named after him, leading to lifelong anger and frustration. The influence of colonial values is seen in the Papaji's obsession with British titles, clothes, and recognition. Even when physical violence stops, power and control continue through silence and emotional neglect. The story also reveals how society silently supports such behavior, further discouraging working women. Finally, Amu's comment shows the theme of habitual suffering, explaining that human beings can get used to pain and injustice even when it comes from those closest to them. The role of the moth is in the god of small things. The moth functions as a powerful symbol that explains Papaji's personality and the emotional climate of the family. The moth represents unrecognized achievement and wounded pride, because although Papaji discovered it, he did not receive credit for the discovery during his lifetime. When the moth is later named after a junior officer, it becomes a lasting symbol of injustice and humiliation for him. This failure deeply damages Papaji's ego, turns his disappointment into bitterness and rage, which he directs towards Mamaji and his children. The ghost of the moth is described as haunting the family, showing that personal failure does not remain private, but spreads its influence across generations. Thank you for watching this video.